Hello and welcome. Today the topic which I am going to discuss is normative ethics. It is a part of moral philosophy which emphasizes on norms, rules, principle, which guides us and provides us the most rational and logical ethical code of human behavior. It tells about how one must act and what is an ideal behavior, how one must act in respect to the ethical yardstick or ethical gold standard laid by the societal norms. Now, from here we can understand that there is two different things: their action and ethical standard. All action will not be considered as ethical unless and until it is being judged and analyzed by ethical standardization or some criteria. So this criteria is actually nothing but the ethical gold standard or ethical yardstick. In normative ethics, we call it as golden rule of normative ethics. So now concept is who is determining and how is determined. Golden rule of ethics are nothing but a set of rules or principle which actually provides us the criteria or the parameter against which we judge our action whether it is right or wrong. Now, this ethical yardstick is a part of collective consciousness. We have read in history that our primitive society was brutish, cruel, no harmony was there. From there to now, our ancestors worked hard to make our society more better. In this long journey, we have learned one thing, that proper code of conduct is very important. Because if you do not follow the proper code of conduct, your existence at one point of time will be at stake. At the same time, you will negatively affect your surroundings, and that would harm to the society. That may put harm to the society. And for that, proper behavior is very, very important. So it is a collective understanding, collective consciousness that a typical type of behavior is not desirable in society and will not be accepted. So proper behavior, proper attitude, and to restrict your instinctual behavior and drastic action is actually desirable. Now here it is closely related to aesthetics. Why they are talking about controlling the drastic action and arrogance in society? Because it is not giving you any good result. It is not related to beauty. It is not related to some aesthetic sense. So behavior which actually putting harm to others, they will not be considered as good. The behavior which actually productive and positive, which will actually inspire the many people in society, that is actually desirable. Normative ethical perspectives are very commonly used in law. In history, we have read about code. Kings used to codify their laws. Why? Because to protect the society and the rights of the people in the society. So some of the actions were considered as punishable offense. Some are actually restrictions which has been written in their code of conduct. But thing is that, but nowadays, even before also, we have seen that the protector of the laws supposed to protect the rights of the people. But what they are doing with the help of this law, they are actually taking the advantage of their power. So this is the very sad part of that. So next is there is a difference between normative ethics and meta-ethics. Both are part of ethics but deals with two different aspects. Meta-ethics study the nature of nature of ethics. It analyzes the moral nature and metaphysics of moral facts. Basically, it is quite theoretical in nature, whereas normative ethics study the study of ethical action, and it analyzes the rightness and wrongness of the action. It is quite practical. Now, there are different normative ethical theories to approach the ethical actions to be judged. There are many theories. But the theory is actually in ethics. When we are talking about golden rule of ethics, normative ethics, then the first question comes: what is the nature of that parameter? The nature of the parameter, what should be the which part we should consider? We should look after that. We should concentrate. So there are fundamental differences in these theories. Basically, when we are judging, when we are talking about the nature of the parameter or golden rule of ethics, usually there are two different theories. Generally in ethics, there are two different theories in normative ethics. One is deontological ethics and teleological ethics. The followers of deontological ethics, they believe that when to analyze an action, whether it is right or wrong, you must analyze the nature of the action. You must understand what is the nature of the action. So this is deontological ethics. Deon means duty, obligation. So whether that action has been performed from the sense of duty or obligation, only upon that you can judge an action whether it is right or wrong. Virtue ethics and Kantianism, both concepts are part of deontological ethics. Another thing is that another part is teleological ethics, another theory. In teleological ethics, the followers of teleological ethics, they believe to analyze an action whether it is right or wrong, you have to wait for the end. If the result of the outcome of the whole action is good, the whole action will be considered as good. So you have to analyze the result, the outcome of the action. Utilitarianism and consequentialism, both concepts are part of teleological ethics. So this is my brief discussion on normative ethics, and we'll discuss more and more on other topic in my next